In this video, I built an enchanted apple farm in hardcore Minecraft. Okay, you're probably wondering why. This is because the totem of undying is farmable. This item is the most overpowered item in the game because you can cheat death by using it. So to make things make sense, I'm going to build a farm that produces enchanted apples using the old crafting recipe back in the day. This video produced a very satisfying result, so make sure you watch all the way through to see the results. Alright, so the first thing I think we'll do is we'll build a very, very fast gold farm because Minecraft is a game about automating everything for you. And looking at the material list of this gold farm, luckily it's not as big as Blockers on Prime. It's definitely very gettable and I'm going to get all of it. Alright, but then the real hard stuff really to get is just going to be 10,000 magma blocks. I'll grab all the spare shulker boxes that I can find. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we just need to fill all these to the brim with magma blocks. All right, and our first magma blocks of so many to mine. This is going to take a while. Okay, so I've been a little bit annoyed by taking damage on the magma. So I've put together some Frostwalker boots. So we'll put them in, and then the upgrade, and then the trim. Actually, no. I think they look better with diamond instead. Yeah, okay, that's better. Oh yes, this is so much better. Now I can just stand on magma very freely and not get annoyed by taking damage. Not that I will anyway with all my OP gear. Okay, and that is all obtained. Now we need a lot of white stained glass and then just all these other materials. So I guess let's get them all. But before we actually do collect those materials, I'm gonna offload all the shulker boxes here because underneath this block here is a very good lava pool in a never wastes biome, which is where we're gonna want to build this farm. So I'll place down all my shulker boxes of all the magma blocks, and now we'll just get to collecting the rest of the materials. So let's do it. Okay, and then from the power of time travel, I now have all the materials that I'm going to need. So let's now build this gold farm. Okay, and now the first layer of obsidian. And now we have a hilarious amount to go. Okay, and I've built the entire obsidian portal frames. And now it's just a matter of the spawning platforms. Let's just get our building hats on. And let's get the hard boots on and get going. Okay, and that's all the spawning platforms done. That actually took me a while. Bro, there's like a full party going on down here. Like, what are all these guys up to? Did they not invite me? Okay, and now we've got to go to the overworld and build the overworld side. So I'll head through this portal here. Okay, and then I'll move the portal to here. All right, and let's go through. All right, and now I need to do another really big grind because I am going to need a ton of more materials to build the overworld side. Okay, now I've got all the building materials for the overworld end, and we've got the schematic, so more building. Let's go. Okay, and now that I've built the overworld side, now we have to just finish the rest of this farm. Oh, hold on. I think I've just found the smallest pale garden here. What? This feels like a tiny home. Like, what the hell? Does Elon Musk live here? Okay, now I'm up to the sorting system of this farm. So once I build all that, all of this will be done and we'll be able to start using it. So let's just chop and get this done. Let's stop wasting time. Okay, and that is the sorting system built. And now I just have to do a couple tasks before I can run this farm. So first thing I need to do is light all the portals. And then another thing I'm going to need to do is throw a ton of shulker boxes into these chests up here. And then the last one is I'm going to need to fill all the hoppers to sort only gold nuggets. So a little bit more to do just before we run this thing. Okay, and now we've hit level 400. Now let's check the chest here because we should hopefully have one shulker box and we don't. Okay. All right, back to it. I guess I'll see you at level 500. All right, and level 500. Let's go. Okay, and by all means, we should have at least 2 shulker boxes filled to the brim with gold blocks. All right, do we have 2 here? No, we still have 1. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is farm as many apples as possible. So, and because we can farm oak trees automatically, we can actually do that. Got to think of like a little system here where I can throw away all the entities to reduce lag and whatnot. So we've got to get to the drawing board now. Okay, and that's the first dispenser done. Okay, and that is the apple and sticks chest sorted. Okay, so now we just got to run the tree farm and harvest as many apples as possible. And then we can get started on building the factory. So let's do it. Okay, not bad for 1 hour. Now I got to remember I on accident threw 2 stacks out. So yeah, that was a smart idea. But overall, that's actually pretty good. So I'll grab 3 stacks. Okay, now that we have apples and gold blocks, now we need a place to place this factory. So I'm actually thinking here would be really cool. So I'll kind of like clear out the forest a little bit and then we'll get to work on building the frame of the factory. So let's do it. Okay, and that's the area cleared. Now I'm going to need a ton of granite and bricks. So let's go back to the chests. And do I have any here? No, I'm pretty sure I've used it all up. I mean, there's some here. We'll take it. Okay, and with all that, I've got all the building materials that I'm going to need for this factory. So I think as well, I'll also get a stone cutter and a crafting table. Okay, and now it is time to build this factory. Layer by layer, let's do it. Okay, and that is the framing plus the roof. Looks pretty small, but we're building a very small crafting machine, so we won't need too big of a factory. So this will do very nicely. Okay, and now that we have this done, we'll just add some pillars. Okay, and now I'll add some extra detailing. Okay, and that's all the detailing on the walls. Okay, and that's some detailing there. Okay, and now we've got to figure out how we're going to place these auto crafting machines through here. So I think here's good so that I can sort out all the various craftables that I'm going to need to sort. I'll move this back 1, and then that should be good. Whilst I was building the crafters, YouTube kindly informed me that only 3% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you do like this content, please consider subscribing. It comes at no cost and it tells YouTube you like this content very much and would like to see more. The plans I have for this world are only going to get crazier, so you definitely will not want to miss that. Also, I've just got back from Europe after 2 months, so plenty of projects will be done in regard to my trip. So looking over here, we've got our 3 crafting machines that will craft all our golden apples and carrots. And then once they're all crafted, they'll meet up here. Then they'll go up this chute, around into this pipeline where a dropper will dispense them. And if I break into the right spot here. Yep, so the dropper will dispense them and they'll randomly disperse left and right and straight down the middle. And then they'll end up spread out into these hoppers. And then all the items, once they're dispensed out of the second set of droppers, they will slide all the way down this honey block wall. And then they'll be ready for sorting probably about here. Or maybe there. I'm not sure what we'll do. Okay, so with the whole copper pipe system done, now it's actually time to focus on the system where you place all your apples, carrots, and gold in. And then it will dispense all of it up into the sorting system to start crafting all your food. Okay, so I got all the materials I'm going to need for all the sorting systems. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get the redstone and some repeaters and some torches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build them, I think, in the middle here. So I'll grab some blocks and then hoppers and some comparators. And then I'm going to need 6 of these. All right, so now what we need to do is build 2 pipelines. The reason that is because 2 of them dispense apples. We want to build one on the enchanted apple end so that the enchanted apple side gets some. But then this end will do the golden apples. And for golden carrots, it won't really matter because there's only one category for carrots. So now I think let's just build them. And then we can get to potentially running this thing. I am so excited about this. Okay, and now I think I've got it all ready to go, which is awesome. All right, and then by all means, so this one here is the golden apples chest. So if I just put all this gold and these apples into here, it should work. So gold blocks in, they're all being ejected in. And then down this honey block wall, we should be getting golden apples, but it's going to take a while because we have to get through all the gold blocks before we get to the apples. We should be getting gold blocks into here. Yep, we are. And then once we get apples into there, we should be getting all this crafted. All right, cool. The apples are now getting sorted in. So that's awesome. Now we wait. All right, and now any minute now, we should be getting enchanted apples. Actually, is it even working? I feel like it's not. All right, look at this. Let's go. We've got it working finally. Oh my goodness. This is so satisfying. Now if we just walk through here. Oh my goodness. This is so insane. We've got infinite golden apples and golden carrots in hardcore Minecraft. And we've even got the wow factor of a waterfall. Like, oh my lord. Like, look at that. That's already a stack of golden apples. And like, we're even going up so quick on the enchanted ones too. I'll just create a temporary chest for now so that we can collect it all whilst we work on the storage system. But that is so good that it works. I have not been any happier in my life. Let's just check as well that just so that it's working properly, that we don't have any little faults in the system. So we'll just jump over, jump around. Yep, that's looking okay. Oh, this one broke. What? Okay, so you're probably wondering what's going on. Basically, I missed placing a redstone torch that was required. Without this torch, the machine will continue to craft items despite a dropper being empty, which should shut the machine off automatically by design. So basically, my pea-sized brain didn't clock this, and I wasted lots of materials that would take hours to get. But luckily, the big side of my brain told me to grind lots of spares for the satisfaction of a honey block waterfall. So if you're ever in doubt about something not working, always bring your backups. Okay, I think I just found the issue. I did not put a redstone torch underneath here. Oh my god, this is so silly. How did I not do that? Alright, I think I've got it solved now. So then another one there. And then last but certainly not least, another one there. And now this should work in full. So I'll grind up some apples. And I'll also get more carrots. And then let's test it for real and see if it breaks. Alright, it works. Alright, so now I think it's time to actually like grind some materials now. And then we can actually run this thing and see how it performs. We will close this off. And now it's time to get what we need. All right, and now what I think we should do is actually build the collection area down here. Oh my god, I've just put it all, I put all the golden food back in, and this is just so satisfying to watch. It's just flowing down the honey waterfall and into these chests here. This is so cool. Okay, so now that I've got that done, I think now is actually a good time to actually clean this all up now. Oh, got to take the scaffolding down. All right, and now the last thing we'll really need to do is acquire as much gold as we possibly can. And then we'll get it all into the system so that we don't have to get more in the future. Okay, now I've farmed up 2 shulker boxes worth of gold blocks. So I'll empty 1 box into the enchanted apple chest. Now if I have this right, the gold blocks are now loading up in here. And the machine is not active until there are some apples in this dispenser here. So that is good. This works, which is awesome. I'm going to put just gold ingots in here. And I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Okay, I don't have enough space, so that's cool. So I'll craft these into some gold blocks. All right, and now that all of this now works, I've got plenty of golden food here. I think there's only one thing we can do now. All right, and now that I've got the best food source in the game, including golden apples, I now have a factory that will craft me infinite golden carrots and golden apples in hardcore Minecraft. Wait, I just realized I'm actually not done because I've still got some fireworks to launch. So we'll get all the spare fireworks that I've got lying around here, and we'll watch it on the Happy Gast as it all unfolds. And there we go. It's done. And as well, I think what we should actually do for the new building in the village, this is essentially it right here. So we've kind of already ticked off one as well. So now it's just a matter of doing the 3 armor statues. So, and as always, if you want to have an armor statue in this village, please join the Discord server. It comes at no cost and it will help me out a ton. All right, so I think the first statue I'll actually put here. Oh, I know, it's already there. Actually, this actually makes sense. I'll just adjust this one to look like a bit of a cartographer in a way. And then we'll just give this cartographer a name. And that's 1 statue done. Okay, and then for the second statue, I'm actually going to dye the tunic and pants. All right, and then statue number 2 will be right here. So I'll place down the statue. All right, and then I'll just dress the statue. And then we'll give it a name and pose. There we go. All right, and then for the last statue, I'm actually going to start putting statues out on the street because there isn't a lot of activity going around here. Like, look, it's just barren and empty. So let's actually make a dent in this and change that. And there we go. And that is the 3rd and final statue. Thank you to my Discord members. You're absolutely awesome. All right, and with that all done, that just about completes this video. So now we have proven one thing. Whilst totems are farmable, now enchanted golden apples are farmable as well. I mean, it just looks so cool in the inventory, just having a stack plus of enchanted apples for very little work. But I know one thing about this. Yeah, let's just get rid of the evidence. So now I've flipped out the enchanted apples for another golden carrot crafter. Now I just think we'll throw a ton of gold nuggets into this chest here. And then we'll get the gold nugget side of our new carrot crafter filled up. All right, and that's all filling up now, which is excellent. Okay, and with all that done, we now have a factory that will craft all our golden carrots and golden apples upon farming. And that's the video. I hope you enjoyed.